heat away from the device as soon as possible so that you don't burn the device out. That's with any electronics. So the heat is immediately pulled away and then it dissipates. But you can hold these bulbs all day, just like this in your hand, and not feel any heat. So I just want to pass that around. This universal parking light bulb, this bulb can also be used indoors and outdoors. Okay, I'm almost through this. So basically what we have is, these are just some of the areas we can use them: street lights, parking lights, churches, restaurants. Anywhere you have electricity or lighting, we can actually get the bulbs to make it happen. And like I said, we save 50 to 80% in terms of utility costs as it relates to lighting. This is just an example of what the city of Oakland did with a few bulbs. I'll get through this. Every city that we go into is saving a lot of money as it relates to bulbs. I was telling you about a PAC 205. This is where it comes from. This is the governments that came together and decided that they were going to basically phase out incandescent and fluorescent light because the energy consumption is just too high. Very light bulb, extremely light. The electronics is on the inside, and what happens is the electronics sense how much electricity is being applied, and it will adjust according to that. Both of those bulbs work the same way. One is a 30 watt. The one that this gentleman, Mr. Watson, have is a 30 watt. The one that Mr. Shields just put down is a 60 watt. This is the equivalent. This 30 watt bulb that Mr. Watson have is the equivalent of about 250 watts in incandescent. So you'll be actually about 8 times smaller than the incandescent high pressure sodium that you might be using. That's 250 watts. This right here, 60 watter, is approximately 400 watts, and the traditional bulbs that you would use out in your parking lot. One of the other things here, this is a Bethel Israel Hospital. They did a study as well, and they wound up saving a ton of money as it relates to lighting by switching their tube lights out. And there are tons of examples that I can show you, but this is just a few. The other thing I want to tell you real quick, and you'll be able to relate to this, the city of Raleigh, they replaced 544 lights. They're saving $635,000 over the course of 15 years. What does that mean to you? That means that the city could use that money to help insulate some houses. Or perhaps the city could use that money to help reduce electric bill by offsetting the cost because of the savings that they have. Another quick example, and I'm going to be out of your hair here. Asheville, I had to use example as well. Asheville, they're replacing 9,000 bulbs. In 1 year, they're saving $400,000, $440,000 in 1 year by replacing 9,000 bulbs. The initial cost is $3 million for Asheville, but in 1 year, $440,000 actually is what I'm coming to your question. So these are just some general stats. I just wanted to give you some general information. This is our contact information. I also want to leave some of my cards up here in the event that somebody want to contact me or get in touch with me. I just put my card and brochures right here as well. So that's basically it. What I want to do is just one quick demonstration to show you something real quick, and I'll be out of your hair, seriously. So basically what we have is a 100 watt incandescent bulb. This is a 25 watt CFL, and this is a 12 watt LED bulb. It takes 12 watts to give us the equivalent of 100 watts. And in this case, it takes 25 watts to give you the equivalent of 100 watts. The issue now is this. If you come up here and just touch this bulb, no problem, right? You know that this bulb will burn you. I don't have to tell you that. Oh, yeah. The CFL, it gets hot too, but nowhere near hot as this one. You can hold your hand on this all day with this LED bulb, and it doesn't burn your hand at all. So those are the advantages of the LED versus anything else. So I won't take up any more of your time. If you have any questions, I'll be more than glad to answer any of your questions. Is it okay if I take a few questions? Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You have a question?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I would like to know, okay, one of them bulbs there, how much to put in your house, how much one of them bulbs will cost?
I know everybody wants to know that. Well, actually, this bulb right here is $27.
For one bulb?
Yes, sir. $27. But let me share this with you. Let me share this with you. At some point, if we want to save money, we're going to have to make an investment. At some point. Now, if I could give these bulbs away, I would. I really would. Trust me, I would.
Okay, so.
But the fact of the matter is, $27. But this is what the statistics has shown us. If you replace the bulbs in your house, in 8 months, you get your money back. That means that everything after that becomes savings. So it's like investing in yourself.
So $80, so this is my house, so that's $80 for bulb to do. So $20 each bulb.
$27.
$27 for.
Yes, sir. Now,
for how many bulbs?
well, each bulb is $27.
Each one?
Yes, sir. So let's use round numbers. $120 to get you 4 bulbs.
$127.
$120 to get you 4 bulbs. Let's use round numbers.
Okay.
Yeah. But you don't have to buy them all at one time. You can buy, for me, you can buy over the course of the next 2 years.
Yeah,
So-
if you place 4 or 5 strategic bulbs on certain
I'll get
points.
your cost, I was.
Any questions? Did you have any questions?
You are in touch with the town about this?
Actually, yes. I've been speaking with Mr. Curtis Jackson. As a matter of fact, I have an appointment with Mr. Curtis Jackson tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I'll be back out here. And what we're gonna do is demo some of our street light bulbs. And actually, I have about 3 that I'm gonna bring. These 2 will be included. Whichever one he wants to keep to test, I'm gonna let the city test it for 30 days, evaluate it, take some light measurements, and see how you like it. And if the city likes it, then I'll be more than glad to get the city more. Now, I do know that generally, just as a rule, I'm running about 40% below anybody else in the area. So,
In terms of the cost of these?
in terms of cost, yeah. Actually, what happens is that let's say that my bulb will cost $280, $287. Comparable bulbs are costing $400. So that's, so Mr. Jackson and I on tomorrow, I think we're meeting at 2 o'clock. And I'll be demoing several bulbs. The other big advantage with the city that I don't want you to miss, and I'm pretty sure y'all got it, is that you don't have to replace the ballasts anymore. We totally bypass that. The average city replaces the ballasts once every 2 to 3 years. That's $200. When you start looking at thousands of bulbs, you're getting way out in terms of expenses. And that's other monies that can be used for something else for the city.
All right, do you have a box of bulbs that I can take home and I can demonstrate?
You know what? I might be able to arrange that.
I couldn't do that because
Okay.
that would be unethical.
Okay.
I'm just teasing. But anybody else has anything? Anybody else has anything, any member of the board, please? You have anything?
No, we just put in some
Yes.
LED lights.
Yeah, they were high.
Well, they were friends.
Right, but we could have got double.
That's right.
How many did you put up?
But they didn't know about each other.
They would put up 3 blocks.
17. Did you do the whole fixture or just the bulb? The whole fixture? I could have saved you a lot of money. Next time. Yeah, but Mr. Jackson and I will get together tomorrow. We're gonna demo our bulb and kind of go over there.
All right.
Well,
Thank you
thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you for your time. And what I'd like to do is give everybody one of my cards while I'm shutting down here. Okay, sure. And also, I'd like to certainly pass them out to everybody here. And you can call me anytime, it doesn't matter. My phone stays on. Oh, yes, sir, I'll give you a brochure as well. Can you just pass? How you doing? Okay. Yes, ma'am.